on this episode of Open Homes.
A unique experience in Canberra.
My gosh, shut the front door.
We see inside this stylish family home.
Plus, tips for inside and outside your home.
And at the climax of the show, we get a special tour of this home.
Oh, wow. Oh, it's beautiful. Thank you. Very classic American.
Come with us as we step inside. First up, Bessie is about to check out arguably Canberra's most luxurious apartments. And going by the foyer, we're in for a real treat.
Hey, Phil,
Hey,
how are you going?
Bess, how are you?
I'm good. Look at that. We've blown in from Melbourne today, and I just know that I'm going to be blown away by that
You
apartment.
will. I've got something very special to show you, but this is just the start of it, the main entry foyer. So a little bit different, a little bit bespoke.
Yep.
Very, very unique.
Unique is the word. It's so cool. You really have promised something awesome today, and I know you're going to deliver.
I have. This has been 10 years in the making for
10
me.
years.
What I'm going to show you is probably the masterpiece of the whole project.
That's amazing.
I think you're going to like what you see.
Let's go. Welcome to season 3.
And the highlights keep coming. As we head up into the apartment, we're greeted with sweeping views of Canberra.
Oh my gosh, shut the front door.
How about that?
This is a view and a half.
Well, welcome to Canberra. And
This is like all of Canberra
this
at the window.
is Canberra.
This is so good, but even in here, you've done such a great job. I love the use of textures.
It's nice, isn't it? It
So
flows
great.
really, really well.
Great, I love the concrete, and then you've got your wood, your marble.
Stone on the floor.
Yeah.
So we've used a bit of everything, but we've tried to keep some of the materials like the off-form concrete throughout the apartment,
Yes.
same as what we did with the rest of the apartments below. So I started my construction career on this building in 2008.
Yeah.
So I was a building cadet.
No.
Yeah, unexperienced, never been on a building site before, but was surrounded around these amazing people. And we finished this building in 2010. This penthouse was left as a shell and was
Wow.
purchased about 18 months ago. And I've been working with the new owner since February 2018.
So great. And tell me about the name of it, Vamos.
Came about after a trip through South America.
Yep.
Fell in love with the culture, fell in love with the people, so much energy, and I wanted to bring a bit of that back with me. So thinking of a company name, I thought Vamos, which is, Spanish for let's go. And I thought that was a perfect way to explain, the relationship between a builder, developer, and a client.
Phil, if this is the meeting point, the very start of this apartment, I cannot wait to see what's upstairs.
I've got a real special treat for you. Let's go have a look.
Vamos.
Vamos.
Phil, this place is incredible. I'm completely blown away.
Very different
How
to
about it,
downstairs.
all right?
You thought downstairs was great, and now you've come up to here. So-
Amazing. The view continues, and even though that's what you think this whole apartment is going to be the highlight of, it's actually not.
No,
The
there's-
joinery here, the timbers that you're using, the materials.
There's a lot of different materials here. We've kept a lot of off-form concrete, off-form columns, steel for joinery as well, with raised timber platforms. Even this dining area, we've put a curtain around there just to provide, a little bit of softness to the area because it's such an open space and the area is so large.
It's super clever, actually, because you do have the ability to make it intimate.
Yes.
And sometimes this view, because it's so big, you lose the intimacy, but you haven't.
Absolutely.
You've
yeah.
contained it.
We've kept it quite warm as well.
What a beautiful kitchen.
So very functional.
Yes.
We were able to put the quasi range hoods in.
I've never seen
and two
them
of them
before.
as
Yeah.
well.
What are you talking just for the cost of that range hood?
They're about $4,000 each.
What?
So we're talking $8,000 just for the
Okay.
range hood.
The whole layout of your house is completely unique. So
It flows. So all the bedrooms are towards the rear. of the apartment, and there's only 2 bedrooms
Yeah.
in this penthouse.
In this massive space,
Yeah.
you've just got 2 bedrooms.
That's right. That's right.
Why not?
Yes. So master bedroom and guest room both have their own en suites.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's once you find your way there, and then you'll end up at the Winter Garden.
There's so much outdoor space for a penthouse.
It's fantastic for entertaining. So we've got these little areas where you can have meet and greets, or if it's something quite informal, then you can do in that main atrium area.
Yeah.
The dining area, which is, you know, we can make quite intimate for dinner parties. And then we've got this outdoor area. So to make use of, where we do get quite good weather here in the summers, you know, entertaining, barbecuing, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, it's a terrible view. You just wouldn't want to entertain up here at all.
No, you wouldn't want to show anybody this.
What an amazing staircase.
Bit of a feature of the atrium.
It is.
Yeah, we've got a 7-metre space to work with there. So
With the ceiling.
yes,
Is that why it's so light and bright?
absolutely. So we've got
The ceiling height.
7 metres of glass looking out onto the lake.
Yeah.
And then on top of that, the skylight sitting over that void in that atrium and stairs.
So beautiful. Phil, you really haven't wavered on the minor details here, but I'm talking like minor details that make a major difference. Look at that cladding outside.
So the cladding is, it's a product from the States.
Yeah.
It's called Rymex. And it changes colour with the different light. So it'll go from a purple to a blue to a green. And it's,
How do you think of that? How do you think of that from 16 stories down or 17 stories down?
Long drives and sleepless nights and a lot of coffee.
So obviously this is Katsalides.
Yes.
Yes,
Yep.
and so you're obviously very inspired,
Yeah.
almost mentored.
To be able to work with those guys in Canberra and deliver something like this and bring it to Canberra is really, really special for me.
Yeah.
And it really changes the skyline around here.
Well, Phil, it's a beautiful day. Shall we head outside?
Yeah, absolutely. Let's do that.
Go. So here it is. We're at the end of a 10-year journey.
It is. We're finally at the end. We've finally got some closure, and I can drive down that main road and look at the building.
So Phil, are you a proud Canberrian?
Canberran, yeah. Yeah, listen, I was born and bred in Canberra.
Yeah.
This is my home.
Yes.
You know, I've been here for, 35 years now. So, and I've seen, Canberra change quite a lot over the years, and to be a part of that and to contribute to that, makes me feel really good.
Yeah, that's why your stamp is so unique, because it's so from your heart, big time.
Absolutely.
So cool. You've done such a fantastic job here, Phil.
Thank you, Bess.
Blown away, big time.
Thank you.
Up next, a new build with plenty of charm.
Next up, we're in Brisbane to check out a new build with plenty of character.
Inner city Brisbane is well known for its character-filled homes such as this one. What it's not well known for is its classic Hamptons, such as this one. And this one is a beauty. It's a surprise, a little bit of Hamptons in the middle of Brisbane.
Yes, that's what the client's brief was. She wanted a sort of a mix or a hybrid between a classic-looking Queenslander come Hamptons.
All right, mate, looks fantastic. Should we take a look?
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, Michael, it's got all the trimmings of a Hamptons home. What exactly was the brief?
So traditionally, the Hamptons come from a colonial bungalow, which is a veranda add-ons to accommodate for warmer climates, so it fits the brief perfectly in Queenslander homes. From there, the looks that have generated from the Hamptons region themselves are of an opulent style, which has been applied to celebrity mansions on sprawling estates. Australia has embraced that luxe chic look, and as a result, we've adopted many of the characteristics with a contemporary twist.
Yeah, I think what you're saying is right. You can mix that Queenslander-style home with the Hampton-style home, which is what you've done here perfectly.
It's a certain trait. There's characteristics which are fundamental. Grand gables, fretwork and balustrading. There's also an emphasis on verandas, and also the choice of cladding is very imperative. So we go with neutral tones in the linear board, the Hardy's linear board, which has been ideally runs into sort of trims on a contrast white trim around windows and doors, which is an accent Hardy's product as well.
So the Hamptons at the moment is so popular, that style. Everyone seems to want that style. And I think, yeah, one of the main characteristics is that cladding. You know, it's that 16mm shadow line that everyone wants on the outside of their home.
Oh, absolutely. And the other thing is fit for purpose, because as you can see here, we're sort of exposed with the topography. You know, they've got oceans and it comes up from the bay that way, and also it comes in from the west. So the client's brief was pretty strict that they wanted something that was durable, and with the linear board in particular, the smooth finish and the FC products, it'll look a premium finish for many years to come.
Absolutely, and the James Hardie, that linear product, well, it's FC, fibre cement, so it's not going to rot, it's not going to split. You know, you can paint it and it's going to look like that in 10 years' time.
Absolutely. It's sort of fire resistant, termite resistant, rot resistant, and also it manages any moisture perfectly. So ideally situated for something that's exposed like this.
Just looking at the kitchen, you know, Hamptons would be shaker cabinetry. You've got a dark grey cabinet, which is, again, Hamptons. That light fitting, this bench, and subway tiles.
Yeah, absolutely. And look, the clients, to their credit, they put the collage of things together. They revisited it when they sort of hit that note. They sort of went with it, and we sort of developed the design around the client. So it was very much a collaborative arrangement with the clients on this one.
Coming up to the facade of this property, I was surprised to learn that it was a new build because, you know, you've managed to incorporate so much character in that front.
One of the briefs was definitely they wanted, this is their forever home, so they wanted something that was going to date very well.
And let's talk about the challenges of the build. Obviously, sloping site, not ideal.
No, far from it, but that's the trade-off with an aspect like this. The site itself falls from front to back, 11 metres, and the design was obviously to incorporate best use out of that site.
Sometimes these split-level homes can feel a little bit pokey, but you've managed to maintain that open-plan living with those massive ceilings.
We were somewhat restricted in what we could build here, and obviously we came to the conclusion what was fit for purpose was to do a cut and fill arrangement. And as a result, we ended up sort of staggering the ground, but it gave us this unbelievable vantage point with huge ceilings down here.
Okay, and again, you've gone with the James Hardie linear board down here just to keep that Hamptons feel?
Oh, absolutely. And also, because you can see, obviously, around here, we're exposed to the elements, it's the best fit for purpose and also meeting that client's brief with design.
All right, Michael, well, after this build, is Hamptons your favourite style of house to build?
Well, it's certainly on trend, a huge market for it, and you can see why. The thing really appeals, it dates well, and I think it's going to be around for a long time. So.
All right, well, mate, awesome job. Thanks for showing me through.
My pleasure.
We head to Shots Home Emporium in Melbourne to check in with Natalie Bowen for some tips and tricks you can use in your own home.
As a designer, one of the things that I love to do is to make sure that people are prepared when they're looking at doing a building or a renovation. And one of the things that they need to be aware of is how they want their rooms to look and feel. So choosing your furniture pieces first is such an imperative thing that you need to do. Make sure that you have loads of inspiration with mood boards coming from Pinterest, from Instagram, and also flicking through the magazines is going to give you a load of different things that you can pull from. One of the mistakes that people make is that they either have too much leather in a space or they don't have enough texture in the actual room itself. Leather works beautifully with jute floor rugs, it's beautiful on a wooden flooring, but also then mix it up with gorgeous linen sofas and softer textures to really allow that leather to shine. When I'm designing a space that I want to add character into, say, for example, a beautiful library room or a man cave, using a beautiful high-quality leather is the way to go. So when you come down to Shots Emporium, you're going to be able to see and feel and touch this gorgeous Havana brown leather sofa. It's got a beautiful grain to it. It's been hand-rubbed so that you can actually see the natural hide through it. The feel and the touch of these sofas are just absolutely gorgeous. So when you sit in them, you're going to sink into them and really create that beautiful character and mood.
Next up, we're in Seven Hills in Brisbane.
We're in the suburbs of sunny Brisbane this morning, and if you love a good classic American style home, you're going to love this gem.
I'm meeting with Claudine Shepherd, who designed and built this character-filled home.
What a beautiful facade.
Thank you.
Is this all your work?
Yes, it is.
So you built it, designed it?
Yes, we did, yes.
Yep. And are now living in it?
Yes, we are, yes.
Okay, well, I'm very excited to see through. Shall we go?
Awesome. Yeah, let's have a look.
Wow.
So this is the entry.
I love a good entry. Have you noticed a lot of homes now don't have like real proper foyers?
Yeah, it doesn't sort of greet you.
It's that initial welcome into the home that I love.
Yeah,
and I
agree.
guess, I mean, this home's a very classic American Cape Cod influence.
Definitely.
And that is something Americans do well, is a good foyer.
I agree. I was definitely looking more for an American look as opposed to a Hamptons, something that blended a Queenslander as well as that Cape Cod style. So it sort of fit into the area, and it also was exactly the type of style that we wanted for our forever home.
So this home, from the get-go, was it to be your forever home? Was that your objective?
Yes. Our objective was that it was going to be our forever home. However, we have decided to move on and do it again. So
It takes a brave person to just
does.
keep
It's
on doing them.
exciting.
How many homes have you designed and built?
This would be our third. This is probably definitely my favourite.
So were you involved in the design process all the way through? Do you work with the designer?
I actually do it myself as a side business. I manage and look after new builds and also renovations through my business Hydrangea House.
Oh, amazing. Well, that makes me very excited to see through. Let's go.
All right, great.
Oh, wow. Oh, it's beautiful.
Thank you.
Very classic American, you're right. Without being, you know, too Hamptons, it's sort of, I guess, you've left it quite open to be interpreted a few different ways, which is nice.
Yeah, well, I didn't want it to be something that was going to be on trend. And I guess then over the years, go out of fashion.
Yeah.
So I wanted it to be classic, something that would stand the test of time.
Yeah, this looks very timeless. So the kitchen's the heart of the home, they all say, and it tends to be true. It tends to be where we linger. Did you place a lot of emphasis on the kitchen design?
Definitely. This is probably my go-to look. I did change it up a bit though, and I added a bit of colour this time.
With the black?
Yes.
Is it black?
It's monument.
Okay.
Yes. So I didn't want it to be too harsh. I find that black can be a little bit too harsh on the eye, whereas this sort of blends in with the darker wooden floors, and it's a nice contrast to the white.
Yeah, it does. It's beautiful. I noticed the roof. It's a really, I think it's really important to get the tile right.
I
And
agree.
You really have in this case, because it's that definitely that classic American shingled look without actually being shingles.
We wanted a tiled roof. However, I just found that there wasn't one really that was traditional to the Cape Cod look. So I did look around for quite a while, and this particular product just stood out to me. And that's why we decided to use it. So it's very much got that shingle tile look that is very traditional of the Cape Cod style, and we're very happy with it. So we decided that we wanted to go for a darker colour, just so that there was a contrast between the white and the dark. I was a little concerned, however, that I have had darker roofs in the past that were tin, and it was very hot.
Yes, I've heard that be an issue. Tin and I guess any sort of metal, because
It attracts the heat, but so does the dark colour.
Yeah.
It has not in this case. In fact, we've found that it's been quite cool in the warmer months, and then in the colder months it's been warm, so that's been great.
So how do you go about coming up with a good floor plan?
Okay, this is going to sound crazy, but basically a piece of paper and a pencil and a ruler.
Just freehand sketch?
Yes, so my husband and I, just sitting on the lounge one day, just decided what would we want that was probably the most practical for us as a family, and we didn't just think about them as young kids, we also thought about in the later teen years.
Yeah, right.
So we thought about having a designated TV room so we can enjoy that as a family, or they can have time there and we can have time out with our friends.
Yeah, right.
So yeah, we looked at the dining, living being downstairs. Even though we are very lucky to have views, we still wanted it to be practical so that we could see our kids out in the pool, we could have friends out there on the alfresco, and then upstairs really is our living space area, as in where we sleep or where the kids study or they want to read a book or relax, or we want to relax. We even have a deck out the back where we have friends out there.
Well, I would say this balcony is money well spent, because this is where you get to take in city views, which is gem.
Yeah, this is kind of our entertaining area, so it's a bit of an adult space just for us. So it's nice that I guess we can come up here, have a glass of champagne with our friends, see the city view, and the kids can be swimming in the pool and we can still see them. So
Do they do high dives into the pool?
That's out of bounds. The dads have tried,
Not
however,
yet.
the kids are not allowed.
Yeah, fair enough. You could have some boundaries, I guess.
Yeah, exactly.
But it's a really nice feel up here. And I guess because it is right off your master bedroom, it's sort of like an extension of the master suite, which is very luxurious. Well, you've done a beautiful job, a labour of love, but an exceptional result. So thank you very much for having us through.
Thank you.
Well, thanks for watching. We hope you found some inspiration looking through these incredible homes and gardens. We certainly have.
For more on the homes and behind the scenes, check out our Instagram and Facebook. See you next time for more open homes.